Hey y'all, happy Friday. It's about to be Saturday here where I am. How's everybody doing? I'm just here. Hey J Lou, what you up to this Saturday evening for you? It's almost midnight here. It's only 9 o'clock where you are. What you up to tonight? What now? What now? What now?
I want some cereal bar.
You want a cereal bar?
Yeah.
Yes, at 12 o'clock at night. You want a cereal bar?
Yeah.
You should be going to sleep. Dreamland.
Dreamland?
Yes, Dreamland.
Hello, I'm Tom. I'm a Tom.
You had to buy a new phone. What happened with your phone? It broke? Dang. You went furniture shopping? No luck. Mind your business.
Mind your business?
Mind your business. Get your face out of the camera. You don't even got a shirt on. Get out.
Yeah.
Yes, go to bed, Jackson, talking about, I want a cereal bar. None of them, because my Yankees lost.
My Yankees lost.
Go get me my charger for my laptop. Go. Over there on your bed. The black charger for my laptop. Who you got, Anthony? I had the Yankees until they lost. Double tap the screen, please. Double tap the screen. Hit that like button for me. Hi, camper. How are you? What you doing? Do you know English? Yeah, right. Asking me for a cereal bar at 12 o'clock at night. Are you going to dinner? You going to dinner with your man? No, bowling tonight? I tried to do a game night, but only two people showed up. They did a round of the game, then I shut it down. I was freaking cleaning all evening here. And then I said, let me see if anybody wants to play Right after Amora had got off, I started the game to see if anybody wanted a. Yeah. I washed clothes, dry clothes, folded clothes, put away clothes, cleaned the bathroom, swept and mopped, the house, the kitchen, living room, bathroom, my room, changed bed sheets, because I'm going to go see my mom tomorrow. I'm going to go see my mom tomorrow, and even though, it's a 3-day weekend for the kids, I just don't want to have to do anything. So now everything's clean, everything's put away. Well, Jordan, my 18-year-old, I told him to put his shit together so I could go wash it for him. You think he did it? So now he got to wash his own clothes. She lives here. She lives here in the Bronx. But we're going to meet because this year, I never procrastinate this long. But this year I'm procrastinating. I still haven't got Jackson's costume. So I'm going to go to the mall and buy his costume. Usually I'm one of those people that get it like 2 months in advance. That people be like, damn, you got their costume already? This year, I'm all late. Yeah, exactly. So when I get back or on Sunday or on Monday, well, of course, by Monday, I'll still have to sweep and mop all over again and, clean the bathroom again because, the bathroom got to stay clean, especially with boys. But, yeah, I like the toilet to be nice and clean. At least I really don't have boys that, have their stuff all around the toilet and stuff like that. Nah, I just have the regular, the dust or whatever. So I could say that much that they actually know how to aim. Hey, Tiff. Hey, hey, hey. What you doing? You out and about? You having fun without me? Your mom and your aunt are in Orlando. They went to visit your eldest aunt who lives there. My mom rented my son a car, and he did that 4-hour drive to go see them. I'm so happy my baby is with my family. Why you didn't go? You should have said see ya and went. Oh, you just got in? That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, see, I had did a game, but only 2 people showed up. So I only did 1 round of the game. I do like StreamYard. I usually do the StreamYard when I do the stories or whatever. When I have something to report, and of course game night. But yeah, StreamYard is pretty easy. I got the hang of it easy, fast. That's what I mean when I say I'm that kind of person that you give me a job, I freaking know how to do everything that same day, if not by the next day. I'm the type that if I don't know something or a certain software or whatever, as long as I know, the basics, I'll freaking master that shit. Oh, the you wanted to go, but the ticket was so high. Yeah, cause the last minute, and it's what is it, Indigenous Day weekend? That's what they call it now, Indigenous Day. Yeah, but the game was, it was cool because it was about like the 80s music, about like Curtis Blow, Run DMC, LL Cool J, Public Enemy, the round that they did play. It was cool. They played. It was only two people, but they played around. But you know, it's more fun when there's more people. But that game, it was tight. It was neck and neck. J. Lu says at least they are there to get him through this month. Then next month and December he will be home. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Does he have friends there yet? People he's cool with? It's that game you could even play with one person. There's no minimum. Even one person can just play themselves to see if they're right. Nah, but when there's a lot of people, at least more. I mean, with two it was fun too, but when it's more people, you see them interacting and talking shit, and it's just more fun. But that one was fun because it was mad close. The points were mad close together. Yeah, I heard that you want to play alone. You heard of you heard that the Queen of Kings, she changed her name to just Rose Miller now, her channel name. I don't know why people put that engine to make so much noise. She's still a mess. Yeah, she's still a mess, that girl. That lady. That girl now, she's a girl to me. She's young. But but yeah, she be a mess. She still a year and a few months later from that nasty kiss that she let her son give her and all the stuff in between, she's still a mess. Yeah, she said her husband doesn't want to record anymore. He doesn't want to share as much personal stuff, especially about him. Yeah, that he's basically over it. I'm surprised she's letting him be. Or is that just content? I don't know. And then you heard about that her ex sugar daddy reached out to her. Her ex sugar daddy reached out to her and supposedly was gonna give her $20,000. Like she was gonna go um fly fly or drive to Nebraska to meet him to get the 20K. because apparently there's no wire transfer or whatever. So she was gonna get it and deposit it into her account herself. I think that's a topic that I would like to talk a little crap about on another day, of course. Because she be doing the most. What the heck? Damn, that's what happened when there's like a party hall across the street. The people come outside to smoke or whatever, and they be already drunk, especially at this time, because the late night parties usually start like at 8 o'clock, 8 or 9 o'clock. So they're already drunk. They said I love you like 50 million times already. Yeah, it was alright. It was alright. It was alright. Alright. I had bought my grandmother a phone, so I had it shipped here. I had to, set it up and everything for her. Because, the people in their 90s, they're not tech savvy. So I set it up for her and everything. So then I went to the post office to mail it to her. Here comes the siren. So yeah, I went to the post office, came back, picked up Jackson, started putting the clothes to wash. I just got a lot of shit out the way so I don't have to do anything this weekend. I cleaned, I washed, I dried, I folded, I put away. Then I started cleaning the bathroom. Then I freaking swept and mopped. You know, the bathroom, the living room, the kitchen, my room. Jordan gotta do his own room. This he gotta stop being lazy and get it together. Or get the heck out the way so I can do it the right way. Hope everybody's having a good night. Now it's getting cooler. I could freaking finally start doing this wig of mine. This freaking natural curls. I could never do like, straighten it or something when it's summertime because it does not stand the heat. It'll curl right back up. Now that it's getting chilly, I could start, going to get a washing set. Hey, Smooth. Hey, Smooth. Hey, Smooth. How you doing? Are you on a road trip? I hope you're on a road trip. Nothing, just chilling. After cleaning up some for the, so I could be free for the weekend. Okay. What you sipping on? Do you have a long weekend this weekend? Or you have to work on Monday? What's everybody doing? What you sipping on? Are you sipping? Are you just relaxing? Did anybody go out on a date? I'm gonna live through you guys for now until I'm ready. It's crazy. After my last relationship, I haven't dated in 4 years. These 4 years have gone by so fast, you know? But especially, having a young kid, I just chose not to. I just chose not to, I didn't feel ready. I still don't feel ready, you know? But sometimes I say, are you ever gonna be ready? You know? And I need to do it before I get any older, you know what I'm saying? I don't want all my 40s to be, alone, you know? And then you need time to date, time to be in a relationship, you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm already a lot set up in my ways. uh, but yeah, and it's hard when you're already like this age because you have your own place and your space, and more than likely he'll have his own. Well, he better have his own place and space, you know. So, learning how to intertwine that, I'm sure that's gonna be like hard, you know. It's crazy. Sure. And I never been this this is the longest I've ever been like single, but I felt it was needed this time around. Hey Jazzy, you have no room to talk. You don't have you don't want to intertwine that either. I mean, how do you do it? How have you been doing it this long? You've been with him 9 years. Does he mostly stay at your house or you like go back and forth? I mean, this long, you guys gotta figure it out, right?
Mommy, I love you.
Mommy, I love you. Here, plug it in for me.
Mommy, I love you so much.
Yeah, but at this age, it is hard. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is gonna be hard to like, intertwine households and figure out what you're gonna do, you know?
Mommy, can you
I mean, for me, it's more easy because, I have an apartment. So I would probably feel more of a way if I had, stop, if I actually
Mommy,
had
give me
like a
kiss.
house that I
Mommy,
bought
give me
and
kiss.
stuff.
Mommy, give me kiss. I love you.
I love you too. All right, go over there.
Mommy, I get you hard.
All right, puppy, go over there, please. Yeah, you love having your own space. We haven't figured it out, La Fala. My friends are always asking. I'm like, it works. Yeah, you like it? You go to his house sometimes and he goes to your house sometimes and you just make it work? I mean, yes, it's weird when you have your own, your own space. Because if it worked this long, what about if you guys do, make it one household?
Mommy, I have some Oreos at 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 at, at school.
You had Oreos at school?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And you want to talk about that now when you had all night to talk about it?
Oh, oh, nice,
Anyway, bye.
nice, nice, nice.
He mostly stays here like Thursday through Monday. But when we want to go out, we stay at his place. He lives downtown in a high rise by all the clubs. It's so loud. Ah, dang.
You. Hey.
Jazzy, you still here? What you think about dating at this age? We have been more and more, but girl, it gives me anxiety. Yeah. But y'all still go to clubs? That's good. My ass will be like, nah, I ain't going to no club. I went to clubs so much. Oh my goodness. When I was younger. Sure, even here in New York. I'd rather go to, well, like a lounge, you know? All right, yeah, yeah. But that's cool. His apartment what is it called? A condo, right? Or what is it called when you live in a high rise? But it's probably nice. It got nice views and stuff. Bars. Yeah. Oh, okay. But I guess that's what keeps it fun too. You guys living separate, you know. You guys are not on you guys are with each other a decent amount of time, but you also have that space away from each other. What are you doing? Cleaning the blender? You should be cleaning that blender.
What? You said something?
Yeah, I said you should be cleaning that blender.
Alright, I will when I bring it.
Oh, okay. So at least you guys like to spend time together no matter what. That's cool. You guys do your own thing at the gym or you do things together? Stormy, move. Move. Nobody wants to see you. I'm mostly single because, right now I'm just focusing on myself. Oh, okay. He ain't over there like training you. He's not training you. You're not doing no weightlifting with him? Uh That's funny. My friend's cousin, she's with a guy. I mean, well, they're married now, but that he when he goes to the gym, he's like basically like a bodybuilder shape. And she started going to the gym with him, and she let him train her, and now she looks like a freaking a woman bodybuilder. She let her get her too muscular. She's like a bodybuilder now herself. Why? Why? Why doesn't it end well? Where's my water? Ah, yeah, these freaking dating. I told you guys, dating is not easy these days. If it's not one thing, it's another. You see, there's always somebody, liking the other more, and then things like that happen. You have to worry about. I mean, you have to, worry about getting ghosted. Like, come on. He tries to tell you what to do. He tries to tell you what to do in the gym. Damn, that sucks for her. I wonder why. Maybe she's too like getting too attached too soon. And guys don't like that. Guys like a chase, you know? Yeah, they can be honest, but also you can't be all getting too attached too soon, because then they, think you're needy, and they're like, oh, if this is not even a real relationship, what happens when it is? Yeah, and especially the question you do have to ask is, you know, um, what is like you have to find out or know the vibes of if it's just one thing, or is it or dating for intention to get into a relationship, because most guys, they just want to have a good time. Men that want a relationship, they will let you know off the bat, you know if the man's not saying that they want that relationship with you or whatever, then from the beginning, like not from the like, hello, my name is whatever, I want a relationship. No, but like after like the third date or so, you already know if the person wants what they want from you, basically. Because a man does not keep it to themselves. They will let you know. She wants a husband. Stormy, move out the way. She wants a husband, and I hope she is not. Oh, yeah. If she's leading with that, they run away. They scared of that word. What? I mean, tell them, of course, but yeah, but you have to tell them after, not the first day either. But yeah, yep, definitely red flags. Yeah, she got to pay attention to those red flags. And like I said, men, no. You know, they know after that first date what they want. If they just want to have you know, a little fun, or if they see you as a, future partner. Stormy, what are you doing? Go over there. Yeah, some people, they want those, they want a relationship that leads to marriage, so they might come across as like too needy, or you know, if the other person is not like hitting you up, and you're always the first one to hit them up. And if you're hitting them up several times a day and they're not hitting you up, you gotta read the signs. Read the signs. Yeah, definitely. Yep, and that'll make them run away. If that's not their intentions. But that's sad. I hope she meets somebody. I'm sure she will. She'll meet a person that wants the same things as her. Might have to go through a few frogs to get that prince. That's what they say. You know? They say if somebody doesn't like talk to you throughout the day, that they wait for like the nighttime to call you or text you or whatever. That's definitely a sign that they either have a relationship, they don't want a relationship, or they're just not feeling you like that. Hey, MMG in the house. Hey sis, how you doing? And she knew this guy for years. She thought they were better than that. Yeah, I dealt with that too when I was, but thank God it's not this late in age, but it was, when was it? It was like when I was 29, and then a little bit into my 30s. That's how long. And I knew this. Stormy. Oh my God, my 1-year-old cat is so annoying. And we know each other since elementary school. He was a jerk. He turned out to be a jerk. But whatever. But yeah, you definitely gotta follow those red signs, red flags. And like I said, you have to just pay attention, from what I said the other day. If they say they don't want a relationship, believe it, you know? And it's crazy because I also knew his family already. The guy that I was talking to, I already had knew his family from as young as from when we was in elementary school. I used to go to his house as kids. We were in the same class, and then we hadn't seen each other for so many years, and we had met up. It was all cool and shit. But then, like I said, he turned out to be a jerk. But you definitely got to pay attention to those signs. He actually taught me, even though I was in my 30s, he taught me, what to pay attention to. And I never fallen for that again. Because he was also the type that wouldn't mind being with you every day, you know? freaking wanting to come over every day, chill, no matter what time it was. It wasn't only the nighttime, you know? And then to turn out to be a jerk. No, not really, because because like I said, we hadn't seen each other so long. I really didn't know the man he became. But then, oh, you know what? Guess what a red flag was that I should have paid attention to, and that should have been it. Um, of course, he had kids. He had two kids. Um, before we had reunited again after all those years, he had two kids, but his baby mama was keeping his kids away from him by the court. Like he couldn't call them, he couldn't bother, like he couldn't be in their life at all. That was the biggest red flag. And it was because of his temper and everything like that. Yeah, that was definitely the biggest red flag ever. Please double tap the screen, hit that like button. If you're coming in, if you're hearing us from the bushes, let me know if you ever been in a relationship that you got ghosted. We started talking about this because J. Lu said that her friend recently got ghosted and that she keeps getting ghosted. So, I was just wondering, asking questions, you know, like is she leading into the talking stage or whatever that she wants marriage? How soon is too soon to say that you want to date with intention, or should you already let the person know from the beginning that you're dating with intention? How many times is too many times to call a person that you just started dating? How many times is too many times to text a person you're dating? What exactly would come off needy? Yeah, you live and you learn. I definitely learned. Shit. I would never do that again. You know? I'm glad that even though, we knew each other from kids and stuff like that, I still didn't bring my kids around him. Yeah. Your what? My other coworker friend is psycho with men. I'm like, girl, you are doing too much, and she reads too much into shit. Oh my God. See what I mean? You gotta be careful. And it doesn't matter, guys or girls, or, women or men. You gotta be careful. And that's why some dangerous shit be happening. You know, people need to watch out for those people that, you talk, like even if you talk about, like anytime you try to bring up plans or some kind of commitment, that they change the subject or make jokes. Some people want to like force somebody into something that they don't want, or I don't know, I just don't know. That's why you don't give it up too easy too, because once they get it, that's it, the chase is over, they on to the next chase. JLo said, this girl said he texted me this morning and didn't add the sunshine or or heart emoji. And he always does that. Oh my God. So that's it. He didn't like her no more because she didn't do that? Girl, she asked him if there was a problem. Why didn't he had add emojis in her good morning text? I think she has PTSD from past traumas and needs to heal. Wow. Did her asking him that start something between them? Was he like, girl, you crazy? Yeah, that is crazy though. Yeah, something happened with her past relationships that she read that much into that. Like, I wonder what he said. Yeah, see, she gives it up too easy. You give it up too easy. Like I said, they don't have a chase anymore. They want to, enjoy the little chase for at least a little while. Shoot. But I know a guy that said that after 3 dates he expects it. That he expects it to get, you know, a little to that point. After 3 dates. Oh, he didn't respond. Did he ghost her too after that? That's why you show them you crazy from the beginning. That's it. They'll keep going on to the next one. Well, when people ghost you, you definitely shouldn't chase them, Chasing someone who ghosted you, it rarely works. It usually just pushes them away further. And if they ghosted you, it's more about them than you know? You should know your worth, and they should know, you should feel like you shouldn't feel is about you. It's more about them and how they feel, who they are. But I can't front. I have ghosted a few people in my days. In my days, I have ghosted a few people. Yeah. Like I said the other day, you ignore those red flags though, just because you think that you're the one that's gonna change them. Yeah, sometimes, like I said, it's like we're bad because sometimes the ones that are too nice and too good are usually the ones you land up ghosting, because you'll be like, no, like, you're too nice. You're too good. Like, I need a little edge. Well, back then I did. I definitely did more back then. I needed a little bit more excitement. Yeah, right? Always thinking you could change them. But especially if you're getting ghosted a lot, you just need to start focusing on yourself, you know. Get into that self-love era, and hopefully, showing yourself self-love and starting to love yourself will attract somebody that is meant for you. That person will find you when you love yourself and realize, your worth, and when you learn not to settle. And also you have to take some time sometimes. Don't go from one to the next to the next to the next. Sometimes you do need that time between, to figure it out. You do not want somebody, you shouldn't want somebody in your life that just disappears without an explanation, where whenever they want, and then you just welcome them back like nothing just because you were feeling them. Nah. Especially if you got something going for yourself and you're a prize. Definitely don't settle. Yeah, exactly. Yep. In a restaurant, at the gym, on the way to get coffee. You just never know when you're gonna meet somebody. But in between, people need to learn how to just, grow, focus on goals, treat yourself better than they ever could. So when you do meet somebody, you know what you deserve, and you're not gonna bend on what you deserve and want. Hopefully, she's, still enjoying herself, finding things to do and enjoy, and not just worrying about meeting somebody. Usually, you meet somebody when you least expect it. She said she is tired of all that. What is she tired of? So she is successful and a multiple homeowner. That's what's up. Dang. So she just wants somebody the last piece to her puzzle, basically. Yeah, she's just looking for that last piece to her puzzle to make her puzzle complete. That's how, that's the analogy I usually use. Yeah, especially if she is successful and everything. It's like, what else can I, what else can she do? Well, I guess travel. I'll be traveling all around the world. Maybe, maybe her future is somewhere, is with somebody that she meets abroad. Um, yeah, you travel the world. You might find somebody on the airplane at a freaking cafe somewhere in a beautiful country. That's like a fairy tale, but it could happen. It could definitely happen. But yeah, she definitely should just travel. She probably has, right? And she's tired of that too. Shit. With no kids, yeah, I'd definitely be all over the place. You guys made it to dinner yet? Yeah. That's crazy how life is, right? That is very crazy, you know? Oh, okay. You're going to pick up food? Yeah. It's crazy how that works. You could be successful, be happy, homeowner, car owner, everything basically fell into place for you. But then that one thing, you know, and that one thing that's missing is so important to you that, you just can't be 100% happy. That sucks. And where does she meet people? Does she meet them in person or does she meet them on dating apps? Okay, yeah. I had some I had some pretty bad luck on dating apps. One time, yeah, I went to hang out with this guy once. He landed up being a stalker, like literally a stalker. Like a stalker would call me every day, like, because I wasn't feeling him, like, after that. But he started calling me every day, texting me, even when I said that I wasn't interested, kept, oh, just saying, how was your day and things like that. Like, I ended up blocking him from my phone, like, through my regular phone like call. He found me on WhatsApp and would WhatsApp me. He would literally find me like on Facebook, things like that. He turned into a freaking stalker. He stalked me for 6 years. Like 6 years. So crazy. Yeah, that was a bad one. And then Jackson's dad, I met on the a dating app too, you know? And that was all good and dandy for a couple years, and then I learned the real him. Yeah, for real. 6 damn years. Like, imagine. And then, like, he had slowed down with the, like, messaging me and stuff like that. But then, like, randomly on WhatsApp, like, a few years later, Happy Thanksgiving. What the hell, dude? I, like, didn't even reply to him. It's funny. No, oh, but guess what? You know what's even more funny? Because then even it was years that we hadn't talked, and like I don't remember if it was last year or the year before. I randomly get a phone call from a number I don't know. Guess who it was? Him. I'm like, you are crazy. What the hell's wrong with you? We haven't talked in years. He's like, oh, I just wanted to see how you are. I'm like, no, I'm not interested. And I hung up. I'm like, please don't call back. Yeah, that was really crazy. Like, what? Like, what the hell? I'm like, dang. Imagine if, would have put it on him. That was crazy. Yeah, that was really crazy. And he's like a single dad too. He must be bored with life. But that was crazy. I randomly, because I shouldn't have picked up a number I don't know. But I'm like, oh, let me see. And it's him. He's like, do you remember me? I was like, I didn't remember. And I'm like, no, who's this? And then he said his name. I forgot what's his damn name now. But anyway, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, gotta be careful these days. You had a crazy stalker too. When my kids were little, it was scary. He told me he was a fireman. Girl, come to find out, he was in the fire program while in jail. Oh my God. The Mercedes he drove was his wife. Oh my God. He would stalk me, clubs, church, came to my house one night, super late. He followed me home. Oh, hell no. Yeah. These ninjas be crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, you gotta be crazy. See? And that was years ago, and still to this day, ninjas are still crazy. And that's the thing. When you're meeting people from like, yeah, it wasn't funny at the time. Definitely not. That's scary. What the hell? What did you do when he showed up at your house? Oh, okay. Oh, so it's not like he caught you outside. You was inside your house. That, that's crazy. Did he get arrested or did he leave before they came? That's crazy. Anybody coming in, if you want to chime in about any um crazy or scary things that happen to you while trying to date somebody, if you ever been ghosted or if you have ever ghosted somebody, let me know. Let me know your experience of what happened. Of course, he left before. Yeah, at church is wild too. That is wild. And what made him stop? Did something happen that just made him stop, or did he just stop on his own? He finally got the picture? That's crazy though. Oh shoot, you got a hold. Wow, you got a hold of his wife? Shit, that made it stop? I think that would have made it stop. Sure. Oh my goodness. It could have been worse. Yeah, ooh, that's some crazy stuff when they don't even get a piece and they're already stalking. Imagine. Just imagine if they did get a piece. Yeah, that was mad. Yeah, that was scary. Like, I be thinking to this day, I wonder if he checks my Facebook or stuff like that because he was really crazy. You know. But these days, I think it's hard, or at least it feels hard to date because, especially like dating apps, you're trying to, most people write what you think the other person wants to hear, and until you actually meet in person and, go out on dates, you're not going to really know who that person is anyway. If you, especially if you're just texting, you don't know how you could take the tone like another way than what it really is. You don't know how they really, are. Yeah, that's weird. People are weird. But these days when you're dating, you definitely have to, set your standards and your boundaries. Know what you want. Let people know what you want, and let them, go from the front, like from the start. You If you're a certain age, like I am, like we are, you have to just let them know what you want. You don't got time to just be wasting your time. So if somebody wants to ghost you, that means that they were a coward, they wasn't a man enough or woman enough to let you know exactly how they felt when they ghost you, instead of just saying, no, I'm not looking for. Hold on. Instead of just saying, no, that's not what I want. No, I'm not looking for long term. No, I'm not looking for marriage. No, I don't want kids. But you definitely have to keep your boundaries straight and your standards. Your peace is more important than a relationship or trying to, be in one. Yeah, that's very true. They did God did a favor, protected you from something when they ghost you. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You don't want to be with somebody like that. You get into a commitment with them and they probably the ones that you could never count on. They won't be there for you. Leave all the responsibility for you. It just it just wasn't meant to be. They did you a favor by walking away. I know when you in that moment you don't feel like that, but that's exactly what it is. God intervened and said, "Nope, they're not for you. Wake up." They say the right person comes when you're ready, not just when you want them. So that's kind of weird. You get it? They come when you're ready, not when you want them. And they say you don't find love, they find you. But you never should lower your standards. Definitely never lower your standards or settle just because you feel lonely. And that's exactly what I'm doing the next go round. I am not settling. I'm not lowering my standards. I want what I want, and that's it. I want somebody that has their own, that has a good job, that is in is intentional with dating, that knows, you know, like I said, emotional intelligence, that knows their love language and how to treat somebody, that likes to travel, that likes to learn, and that likes to enjoy life. A lot of these men, I don't know. I don't know if it's just here in New York, but a lot of these men, they don't even like to really go out. They like to just, if they work, well, most of them hopefully work, but they work, go home, that's it. They don't want to go out. They don't want to do nothing. They just want to go home, watch TV, play video games, and that's it. You're supposed to be just sitting by their side, just letting life slip you by. No, I want somebody that knows how to plan, that surprises me, that he says he knows I have PTO time. He says just books a flight and says we're going here, request your time off. We out. Plans dinner, says get dressed, we're going to dinner. That and doesn't not the type that asks you 500 times what you want to eat. And then you're just back and forth, whatever, or I don't know. That's what usually happens. But I definitely just, I want to travel. I want to still learn because there's always room to learn something new. But I want to enjoy life with somebody. I want us to enjoy life together, grow, be partners. It's past bedtime, Ryan. Whose bedtime? Mine or yours? Or did you just wake up? It's Friday. It's Friday. Well, it's Saturday now. But whose bedtime is it? Mine or yours? Shit. I'm ready to party now. I have energy to party. Oh yeah. I figure you just woke up. This is the time of night you wake up. And then you're wired, and then like an hour or so I'll be yawning. And you'll be bright and bushy, bright-eyed and bushy. Yeah, you missed game night. I did a little game night, but only two people showed up, I mean. So I did one round of the game and then that's it. All right, J. Lou. It was nice talking to you. It was a good conversation. A lot of people, could relate to this topic. But enjoy your food, enjoy your company, and I'll see you around the streets tomorrow or later. Oh, we were talking about her friend got ghosted. Her friend had got ghosted and she said that keeps happening to her friend. So we were just like talking about why why does it happen so often? Like just saying like, is she showing that she's too needy, you know? Is she reaching out to him like multiple times a day and that's not what he wanted? Or maybe he took that as being too needy. Or maybe he just didn't want a relationship, you know? But she definitely. What's ghosted? What? When you're talking to somebody for a while or, a little while, and then all of a sudden they stop messaging you, stop calling you, just stop answering you completely. That's ghosted. Have you ever ghosted anybody? People have to communicate like grown-ups, real and upfront. Yeah, but sometimes that scares. Well, that's why I said too. Maybe she did say that she wanted a relationship and eventually to get married, and he was like, "Hell no, that's not me," and said, "I ain't answering this lady anymore." When you ghost the people, why did you ghost them? Because they wanted what you didn't want at the time? Or did they just act crazy a few times and you was like, nope, I'm not doing this? Or after you got the you know what, so you was like, I don't need you anymore? Some I was saying that too, some people just some guys want that chase, and once they get what they wanted, they no longer interested, so they move on to the next one. You didn't want to hurt feelings. Uh, so you didn't want to tell them, now I'm not feeling you, so you'd rather just ghost them, and then you don't even. But that hurt them even more. You didn't want to hurt their feelings, but ghosting them hurt their feelings. You didn't hit and quit, or you did hit and quit. Yeah, but definitely, especially if you're like our age, when you're dating, most of the time now, you should be dating with some kind of intention, not necessarily marriage, but a relationship. Like, I would think most people already had their fun in life, especially at this age. Like, I could understand people in their 20s, doing that, but like people around our age or older, like, but I know everybody's not the same, and how many years you've been married already? And that's what I was talking about for me. That I've been holding off dating for so long. Now it's gonna be hard for me to date because it's gonna be weird. Ugh. Yeah, you have to worry about not only the people's mental, but also, nowadays you definitely have to go to the doctor together, because before anything happens, because even if it's not like, HIV or something like that, it could be, herpes. Oh, okay, you've been married 5 years. Yeah. So definitely the first date, I think nowadays people should be going to the clinic, get those tests done, because You know, you don't hear about many people having it, but people still have these diseases, and you gotta know, you know, and they might not have an outbreak, so you don't know, but they could have been diagnosed with it. But definitely, you can't be afraid these days to ask for those test results before you get intimate. And that's why I say now I'm asked out, because it's going to be so weird to find somebody, you know, at this age, because a lot of people are already set in their ways, you know. How do you break that? Like, I guess you just have to make somebody feel like they don't want to live without you, basically, even if they're set in their ways, you know, like that you complete them. If you don't feel like somebody completes you, you're not gonna wanna, you know, change anything, change that dynamic. Like if you meet somebody and feel like, wow, I didn't even know that I was that like something was missing. I don't know because I really, I literally haven't talked to nobody, and let's see, I've been single for 4 years, but I mean, me and Jackson's that we wasn't even together long. Shit. But I thought it was gonna last long. So I could say for the last like 7 years, like six, no, wait, Jackson's 5, 2 years before that. So like 7. So for like 7 or more years, I haven't dated, you know, like that. So I'm sure they are different now. Yeah, people have to be willing to grow mentally, physically, and spiritually together to grow together. Yeah, you know. But there's a lot of men that, I mean, I'm sure there are men that know what they want, that if they're single, they know what they want in a relationship. And I'm sure there are men that are ready, but then there's, you know, there's always going to be men that are not ready. But I think if you're not ready to date with intention, then you shouldn't date at all. And or just be upfront with the person. Say, you know, I just want to have fun. I don't, you know, I just want one person to, you know, have a good time with, but I don't want a relationship. Just be honest. That's the whole thing where it messes, you know, people's minds up when you're not on the same page. At least give somebody the opportunity to be on the same page as you. Yeah, I did actually. I just went once though. I have Jackson this weekend, but Monday I'm gonna start going consistent. Yeah, you have to be upfront in the beginning. That at this age, that it really matters, you know? Yeah. But yeah, so Monday I'm gonna start going more consistent, you know, until I get a job. I have no excuse. And I could still be at the gym while while sending my resumes out, you know? Kill two birds with one stone. But I do have a second interview. When is the 16th? Whenever the 16th is, I think is the Thursday. I have a second interview. So hopefully by the end of this month, something gives. I definitely want to enter the new year, you know, feeling good, doing good. There is nothing wrong with having a fun partner. No attachment is that's what communicated up front. Everybody needs someone. Yeah, that's right. But like you say, communicate it up front. But I don't, well, yeah. So the other person needs to be upfront. Like me, I'm not with that at this age. I already had my damn fun. I already been there, done that. You know, I wasn't a perfect person. I wasn't an angel, so I definitely lived my life. So at this big age, I mean, I want to have fun with just one person and it lead to something, not just that. But when you do date somebody, you do have to let them know, and they have to let you know. So you, at least, like I said, to give a chance to walk away if needed. Because if the person says, "Nah, I don't want a relationship. I just want to do that," then that gives me the opportunity to say, it was nice to meet you, but you know, that's not where I am at right now. Yeah, definitely. At this age, hell yeah. Somebody I could grow with, somebody I could, yeah, definitely grow with in every way, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally, um, maybe even business or, investing together. Just a great life, you know. A man that has a head on his shoulders, a man that, wants the same things I want, a man that um like I said the other day, is emotionally intelligent, that likes to have fun, that is down to earth, that knows how to communicate, that likes to have fun but knows when to be serious, one that likes to travel, one that um knows how to show his love, because love is an action. So somebody that knows how to show their love. Yeah, but hopefully, if he has children, of course, hopefully he co-parents well with his children's mother. Hopefully, if I'm lucky, they'll be grown already. If I'm lucky, they'll be grown already. If not, it is what it is. I've always loved children. My other kid's dad, we started a relationship. He already had a daughter, and she was like my daughter when we was together. When she would come over and stuff, I would treat her just like my daughter. I'm not like that. I would buy her clothes, buy her toys, whatever. Even when she wasn't with us, I would just buy it. So when she was with us, like, she'll have her stuff. Her mother didn't have to send her with anything. But yeah, everybody wants that, perfect relationship type of shit. But you don't get that. You never get exactly what you want. In a perfect world, you do, but you rarely. There's always something. You're right. But I just want somebody that likes to, because, I've been with somebody that I, wanted to do things with, and they would do them, but wouldn't be happy doing them, you know? and then take me wherever I wanted to go, but then be miserable while we're walking around or whatever like that. And no, that's not what I want. I want you to want to do it, you know? Just be that person to have fun with. And then at this age, especially, like I said, I'm off almost every weekend. I want to be able to do things on the weekend, you know? Of course, it doesn't have to be like we're going on a getaway every weekend, but every now and then, since you know that we have the weekends off and I'm, kid free on the weekends, say, hey, we're going to go here, or we'll just have a plan. Yeah, exactly. People pleasing. Exactly. I want us to both be doing what we have to do, working, doing our thing, that eventually when it gets to the point that we're doing our thing together, that we both have our own and we're able to, do our thing together as well. And somebody that's not controlling, that understands that we need to do things separately as well, not always together, you know be able to do things together and separate, not somebody that you go hang out with your friends and all of a sudden you're a whore just because just because you want to hang out. Nah. N- that's not. Yeah, so I really just I'm on a simple damn life, you know I just want to grow, and I do want somebody that I could grow with. And like I said, if we both have money, if we can invest like in something like real estate or something that, helps us both grow, that'll be even better. Yeah, I'm real simple because I don't expect, like said before, the other day, I'm cool. Like when they were talking about, like different places to go eat and stuff like that. Like I don't care about going to a freaking 5-star restaurant and things like that, you know? Especially the first date or whatever. Cause like I forgot who said it, that if they take you the first date to something like that, what about if that's the only time that they ever take you to a place like that? So you don't want them to set you up either, like making you think that that's the kind of person they are. No, you want to be with a person that just is them from the beginning. Like like Jackson's dad and I, our first date was literally, we went for tacos and margaritas. Well, I had a margarita, he had a beer, but we had tacos and I drank a margarita at a little mom and pop shop, like literally a small little place that had like 3 tables in it. And I could say that was the best time. And then we went around the corner. There was like an old school arcade, but for adults. So it had all those arcades that we grew up with: Pac Man, Ninja Turtles, Mortal Kombat, all that stuff. And they sold, like, they had like a little bar too. And we went, like, it wasn't late, we went like at a regular time. And that was a good first date. Yeah, it was mad fun. Like, that was our first date. But the first time we met, we literally went for coffee. Like, we went to Starbucks. Like, we met in Manhattan because I had just came out of work. And we met by the water, by like the Hudson. We met by the water, and then we walked to Starbucks. And that was the first time we met. And then after that, like, we talked for a little while because then he had to go to work. So because he worked the night shift, the overnight shift. So he left to work and I went home. But then our first date was the tacos and the arcade. Things like that. Like, I enjoy doing things like that. Nostalgic shit. Yeah, but I still enjoy that because, you know, those arcades especially, they make you like they give you good memories. Like I have good memories of like those kind of games and stuff cuz I when I was younger, my super he had all like he had a few of those arcades in the basement. So me and his son, we grew up together. We like literally like we grew up together. His mom watched me from when I was a baby and all that. So we grew up together. So we just used to hang out all the time together and play those arcades. So it just, you know, brings back memories for me. So I enjoy the arcades. Yeah. But that was a good date. And then like our our like second date was the beach. But simple shit is what I'm talking about. It doesn't I don't need to be you know, go to a red carpet and shit. Like no, you don't have to throw out the red carpet. Be yourself, you know? But like I said, I do like to travel and stuff. So if you know, hopefully you get your you know, your setup that you can travel, you could have PTO, you know, to go away cuz I definitely like to travel. When I was, you know, doing good, I used to go almost every, you know, on the kids' holidays. Like I would go on a trip with them, and then I would go on a trip with me, and then another trip with them. Like I alternated, like you know, mom trip with the kids and mom trip alone. But that's especially that's how you gotta be in life because there's so much more to this, especially when if you live in New York, you know, like in the United States. There's more to the United States. You gotta learn how to live, take that flight. You know what I'm saying? But there are still beautiful places in the United States, so I wouldn't mind doing that either. But you know what I mean. Don't be afraid to get on a damn plane. There's so many people that are afraid to be on a plane, get on a plane. People are afraid to swim, and I do it all, you know? Yeah, no, definitely. That's what I always go for. I don't go for people younger. That's never been me. I always have been with people like 5 years older than me or more. But not like you, like 10 years older. But nah. But like 5 years older, like the only one that was younger is Jackson's dad. I don't know what was wrong with me, but it is what it is. But my other kid's father, they, he is like 6 years older than me. Yeah, our country is definitely beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful spots. But like where you like going to like Arizona, Arizona is beautiful. Arizona has a lot of beautiful places. I definitely seen a lot of beautiful pictures there. Like I would definitely like to go there just to explore. But you know, people never think of things um like Hawaii. Hawaii is still in America. Puerto Rico still in America. Like if you want to do that kind of, you know, island vibe, that's still America. Yeah, I haven't made my way to Hawaii yet. But yeah, it is beautiful when I see it in my brother went there like I think like 3 years ago already. But he went there with his whole family. He took his whole family with him and they had fun. It was beautiful. But Puerto Rico is definitely beautiful too. I'll definitely be back to Puerto Rico. The last time I went there was like 2 years ago. But yeah, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I just want to be happy with somebody, travel with somebody, enjoy life, and grow together, like I said. Simple. Isn't that simple? My grandmother, my grandmother lives there. She's well, now she's 95. So, yeah, but my grandma lives there. One of my mom's old friends live there too. But my grandmother lives there. One of my cousin lives. A few cousins live there. My grandmother's sister lives there. Yeah, sure. But if I go to Puerto Rico, I can't stay with my grandmother. She don't got no air conditioner. I need air conditioner. I said, I get a hotel when I go. Cause I need that air conditioner. But they get so used to that they don't need an air conditioner. All she needs is a fan, and she be turning off the fan. That's how they get used to that weather. But I be like, nope. I go to Puerto Rico. Well, the last time we went, I rented a hotel. I was like, I ain't staying with no damn air conditioner. Yeah, it be so humid. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so I'll stay in a hotel close to her, in her town or the next town. But nope. But yeah. But now my uncle was living with her, but something recently happened because he's one of those, you always got that one person in your family. He's that one person. So right now he's not staying with her. So now she's all alone. So now now I'm more worried because there's nobody with her in the house. So we're trying to get her a nurse, to watch her. So we're trying to get a nurse to watch her, but I do want to make my way over there again to go visit her, you know? Life is not forever. So I definitely want to go see her again. I'm glad she got to meet Jackson though. 2 years ago when we went, she got to meet Jackson. So, yeah. But I do want her to see him again. Yeah. It'll be okay. The women in my family live forever. I mean, they do. They live a long time. Her sister lived until 97. She recently passed. And her mother, my great grandmother, she lived until 93. So my grandmother is like right between their ages right now. And yeah. And her other sister that lives there is a younger than her, but she's I don't know if she's still in her 80s or maybe she hit 90 already. But yeah, the women in my family do live a long life. Yeah. And she was very like, alert and everything until recently. Now she's still alert and everything, but just a little bit declining just a little bit with age. It's expected. But yeah. Sure, I think anything past 80 is a long life, and a blessing after that. Any year after 80 is a blessing. Yeah. So hopefully, by the time I plan to go see her, everything's still good. She's still here with us. I had just today, during the week, I had bought her a cell phone because hers got messed up, and I just sent it to her today. I went to the post office to send her phone, so I had it delivered here so I could set it up for her, because they don't be tech savvy at that age. So I just set it up and everything, and I sent it to her. Put our phone numbers in it so she doesn't have to do it or figure it out or ask anybody. Yeah, because she has a house phone, but you know how Puerto Rico is sometimes, things don't work. So she needed a cell phone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of this. Thanks for coming in and chatting. I've been on almost 2 hours. Who am I? Nah. All right. Good night or good morning to you because you'll be up. But now catch you in these YouTube streets. Later.